Under the lights one last time here at McKinley Field for the class of 2019 seniors. It's senior night here at the Urbana Athletic Complex. Jason Liggett alongside Urbana High School senior Hugo Besserell. And Hugo, what's it like? I know you just had your senior night with the soccer team just last week. What's it like to be a student athlete on the field one last time here at McKinley Field?
It's really sad and exciting at the same time. It's like you don't know what's going to be in.
Kickoff recovered by 5, Devin Owens.
You don't know what the future holds for you in the future, so having to play this last game at home means a lot to us as seniors. So I can feel the same emotions or similar emotions as the football senior players today. Oh, it's cold outside.
Absolutely. Game time temperatures in the mid to low 50s here at McKinley Field. It's the Urbana Tigers and the Peoria Manual Rams. The Rams winless so far this season, 0-7 entering tonight, 0-6 in the conference. The Tigers, of course, have that win, 22-12 over Centennial. So they're 1-6 overall, 1-5 in the conference. And believe it or not, Urbana searching for their second win of the season. If they do get the second win, that'll be the first time since 2013. So definitely something to play here for these seniors and the Urbana football program here tonight. Harold Nunn Jr. under center for the Rams. And we have a flag on the play. Looks like that's going to go against Peoria Manual. So delay of game penalty will be a 5-yard penalty, back them back to the 34-yard line. So second and long here, ball on the 34, 11-10 left to play here in the first. So far things not going the way of Peoria Manual as they gain maybe a yard on that one.
10, but right on the carry.
You saw Nunn hand it off to Sean Wright Jr.
Last tackle made by 11, Rashard Montgomery.
One thing I noticed looking through the Manual football roster, there's a number of players with nicknames in there. Butt and Day Day and Pee Wee and so they're not nicknamed by me. They're on the official roster here.
So are we supposed to refer to them as that, or do they?
I guess so. The PA announcer here just said butt right. So. And there's a toss sideline, and that is caught. So not enough for the first down, so it's going to bring up fourth down here. But some good yards right there for Peoria Manual.
Bring up a 4th and 6 for Peoria Manual.
So ball up to the 47-yard line. It's 4th and 6. I imagine that the Rams will look to punt. Well, looks like they're going to go for it here. All or nothing on this first drive for Peoria Manual. There's the toss. It is caught, and they are going to go all the way. Uncontested. Touchdown.
Dang, that was a good run. That was a good throw.
9, Day Farrell, 53-yard touchdown pass for Peoria Manual. 10:09 left in the first quarter. Peoria Manual 6, Urbana 0.
Not what the Tigers wanted to do to start the game. They had backed Peoria Manual up. It was 3rd and long, and Peoria Manual had an 11-yard pass followed by a 47-yard touchdown pass to get on the board first here. That drive taking just 1:51 to play, and with 10:09 left, Looks like they're going to go for 2. And that one overthrown. So 2-point conversion is no good, but Peoria Manual strikes first early on in the first quarter. They lead 6-0, and it'll be Urbana's chance to bounce back here. And if you're the Tigers, maybe you had a little bit of spirit and excitement since it's senior night. It's Friday night football. That always carries some excitement to it. But what is it like for a player to just have that completely drained out? Peoria Manual looked like they were going to have a turnover on downs, and on 4th down, they converted it to a touchdown. Have you ever had any, certainly in soccer, it's just one point for one goal, but a similar type thing as you come out and you think that you're looking real good and out of nowhere the other team scores. Can you think of an experience like that, Hugo?
Yeah. We were all confident going into a tournament this year, and we were so confident this team would suck a lot, but our worst fear came true. We conceded a goal in the first 10 seconds of the game, so we were all really mad and shocked, but we had to carry on and play our best game.
Did you guys end up winning the game?
Yeah, we ended up winning the game. But
okay, well, hopefully that'll happen just the same tonight for the football team, right?
Hopefully, because
there's a short, high kick. See if Urbana falls on it, and they do. So those are always a little risky when those short kicks, whether it's an onside kick or that one, I think he just didn't get all of it. It was a high kick, only traveled about 15 yards or so.
Credit the kickoff recovery to 30, Kalen Webb.
Kalen Webb recovering that for the Tigers. And looks like they're going to mark that at the 42-yard line.
Urbana will start the drive at the 42, 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
So good field position here for Urbana to start their first offensive drive of the night. And that's going to be offsides on the Tigers. Couldn't quite make out.
All-star offense, first down.
Couldn't quite make out which Tiger lineman came over, but definitely very early, and a false start called on the Tigers for a loss of 5. So 1st and 15 now from the 37. Tigers not doing themselves any favors on this first drive so far. 10:06 left to play here in the first. We saw Peoria Manual score already. Tigers able to get that 5 right back and then some. Looks like a gain of 8 there as it's marched out to the 45-yard line.
Brought down the play by 56, Quan Watkins.
That's senior running back Lavoy Young on the carry.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Elijah Rogers under center as usual for the Tigers. He hands that one off once again, and out and running is Young. Young picks up the first down and gets all the way to the 40-yard line.
Brought down the play by 5, Devin Owens. Gain of 15 on the play. 1st and 10 Tigers.
So if you've been watching the Urbana Tigers football team this season, you know they're not really a passing offense. It's a lot of running, and so far that paying dividends. 2 runs for 22 yards from Lavoy Young early on. That one dished back to Young. Young's in trouble, though. Doesn't have anywhere to go there.
3, Lavoy Young on the carry.
Going to be a loss of 1.
By 60, Stephen Smith. Loss of 2 on the play.
ooh,
They call up for a loss of 2 down in the box. So I think Peoria Manual was ready for that run. There wasn't really a hole for Lavoy Young to run through.
the whole marching band sitting over there.
And finding a little bit of room right there to run is Kalen Webb. And this Urbana Tigers football team loaded with seniors, as before the game started tonight, all the seniors were honored and came out onto the field with their parents and friends and family. We saw a lot of football players out there. Kalen Webb is a junior. We just saw him run for a gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 from the 36-yard line. 7:50 left to play here in the first quarter. And Rogers was ready to run with that one, but he got slipped up on the turf and fell down.
Rogers on the quarterback keeper. Brought down on the play by 7, D.T. Brock. Loss of 1 on the play.
So a loss of 1 there for the Tigers. Going to bring up 4th down. It's 4th and 7 from the 37-yard line. Tigers going for it here. They dish that one back and airing this one out. See if they connect, and just a little bit too high. So the Tigers had the right idea there, had the open man, but the pass from Kalen Webb to Young just a little bit too high, and Peoria Manual going to take over on downs from the 37-yard line. And we saw that play last week in the 4th quarter and worked out beautifully for a touchdown, but not the case here tonight. And in fact, if Young was able to haul that one in, it most likely would have been a touchdown as well. Pass just a little bit too high. And Peoria Manual up and going and diving through some defenders there. That's A.D. Franklin.
Run out of bounds by 3, LaVoy Young.
So big time run there from Franklin. And Peoria Manual
28-yard gain on that last run.
has a 28-yard gain, puts them on the 35-yard line. They're going to be threatening to score once again here. 1st and 10 from the 35. This could be trouble for the Tigers early on in this ball game. Gain of 3 there on that run.
Brought down and played by 4, Prentice Turner. Gain of 4 on the play.
Tigers defense holding up there.
180 Franklin on the carry.
As looks like that's just a gain of 1.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Bring up 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line. There is a penalty marker on the field. Of course, we mentioned tonight is senior night, so it's Urbana's last home game of the season. They'll be in action on the road if you want to make the trip over to Normal next week, October 25th. Game time at the regular 7 o'clock p.m.
Personal foul, offense, 3rd down.
All right, that one goes against Peoria Manual. Personal foul. That'll back them up 10 yards. Oh, is that 15 yards? Excuse me.
Dang.
So a 15-yard penalty all the way back to the 45-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and long here. And Tigers defense really needs to hold them right here and on the next down. Urbana can't afford to go down 2 scores early on in this ball game. And looks like a quarterback keeper there. Not the design play, but it worked pretty well. As
with none on the quarterback keeper.
Red Nunn runs that one all the way up to the 34-yard line. So an 11-yard run, and that'll bring up 4th and 9 here from the 34-yard line. So as I mentioned last play, very important that Urbana's defense could hold them right here. Get the ball back in their possession and try to get something going offensively. There's another flag on the play. We'll see what they call here.
Dead ball, delay of game, offense, 4th down.
All right, so delay a game on the offense, be a 5-yard penalty, and bring up 4th and 14. Ball's on the 39-yard line. So we're already seeing these penalty flags flying left and right, aren't we, Hugo?
Yep.
We'll see how important that becomes later in the game. They're airing this one out. They've got the open guy. He drops it. Oh, my. So they had the right play called, and that one gets to Butt right, and he drops the ball around the 10-yard line. He had no one in front of him. Perhaps that was an instance where he was already thinking about scoring and forgot to catch it there.
Yep. So close.
Got a little ahead of themselves, and the Tigers luck out on that one. And going further into the game, if this one gets tight, we'll definitely look back on that play and be thankful for it. Young in motion. They hand this one off to the other side and get 4 yards out of it. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. Check out rosters and schedules of all your favorite sporting teams and events coming up here at Urbana High School and on the road. So 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. Tigers trail by 6. They hand this one off, and cutting and jiving is Kalen Webb, but he doesn't get very far with it. Looks like a gain of 1. And a marked gain of 2, so 3rd and 3 from the 46. Elijah Rogers hands that off again, and I don't think Urbana has enough. This might be one that they'll need to measure. It looks close.
25, Patrick Jordan on the carry.
See where they set this ball.
Gain of 2 on the play. Bring up a 4th down for the Tigers.
That will be 4th down. It's 4th in inches, though.
Credit that last stop to 2, Joseph Franklin.
And do you think they can just lunge forward on this, Hugo, and get the 1st down?
I honestly don't think so, but hopefully I am wrong.
All right. Well, they got a couple flags on the play, but Urbana did pick up yards and perhaps the 1st down. We'll see what the call is. And that's going to go against the Tigers and back them up 5 yards. So it'll be 4th and 6. And Rogers is going to be back to pump.
D for Manual, 21, 80 Franklin.
And there's a good punt there. Picked up well, but right on top of him there, number 75 for the Tigers, just barreling over him and knocking him out at the 29-yard line. That's Simmons for Urbana. Simmons just plowed him over there. He wasn't messing around. Made sure he was coming down.
Yep.
Manual will take over 1st and 10 at the 29.
And that ball is handed off to number 21, A.D. Franklin. And Franklin looks like a gain of 9 yards there, maybe 8. We'll see where they mark it. Yeah, will be gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1 from the 38. So good run there by Franklin.
It's moving by itself.
A.D. Franklin on the carry. Brought down the play by 11, Richard Montgomery.
So Franklin with another carry there, and they're going to be moving the chains. 1st down, Manual. Another handoff from Red Nunn, and the Tigers read that one well, brought down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even behind it, for that matter. Loss of 1 on the play.
On the carry. Brought down the play by 62, DeLon Urbana. Loss of 1 on the play.
So ball will be marked at the 40-yard line here. 1:02 remaining in the first quarter. Peoria Manual up by 6. It's a 6-0 game as they scored on the first drive. They're looking to run it on the near side and right down the middle. That's Franklin once again, and I think he picked up another first down.
A.D. Franklin on the carry.
So A.D. Franklin.
Brought down on the play by Juan Baez-Davy.
With 2 straight first down opportunities and gets them both.
1st and 10 at the 48.
And this will most likely be the last play of the first quarter here, with just 35 seconds remaining here. Play clock at 12. And it's going to be a keeper. He almost got his jersey ripped off there. Urbana hanging on to anything they could. He had a gain of a couple there. And he must have made it out of bounds there, so there will be another play in the first quarter. Bring up 2nd and 8. From the 46-yard line. And Peoria Manual running it all the way up to the 29. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, Joseph! We're up, boys!
And looks like that one's going against the Rams. And that'll bring the ball back to the 42. So 2nd and 4 here. And they're going to let the first quarter expire. So after one, it's the Peoria Manual scoring on the first drive of the game.
Urbana Athletics would like to thank their corporate sponsor, Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's, thank you.
And Urbana has yet to answer back. So at the end of one, it's Peoria Manual 6, the Urbana Tigers nothing. And Hugo, on paper, these two teams fairly evenly matched. Just looking at scores and records and things of that nature. But it kind of looked like Peoria Manual realizes their chances to get a win this season are running out, and they seem to have a little bit more energy than the Tigers in that first quarter. What did you think?
Yeah, they had a lot of energy, but I mostly think their quarterback was pretty decent. He did a lot of runs, and he had some amazing throws, too.
Yeah, it would look that they have a similar offense and similar talent system that Urbana does, whereas you'll see a lot of plays run from Rogers and Young for the Tigers. Likewise, you see a lot of plays, at least in that first quarter, run from Harold Red Nunn and A.D. Franklin for the Rams. And always nice to see the Tiger Marching Band out here. As they set up just to our left, a section of bleachers away. You can hear them in the background tonight. So as we start the second half, that one is dropped by Nunn, but he picks it up and still able to gain a few yards.
11, Red Nunn on the quarterback, Huber. Credit the stop to 30, Caleb Webb. 1st and 10 for Manual at the 36.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Dropping back is Nunn. He's airing that one out. He finds the receiver and into the end zone for a touchdown. Peoria Rams score. 11:18 remaining in the second quarter.
36-yard touchdown pass.
And Butt Wright getting into the end zone to give Peoria Manual a 12-0 lead.
Amazing throw from the quarterback, but that was also a good catch, too.
Yeah, that was dead on target, and we saw Wright drop one earlier in the game, so he's able to haul that one in for the touchdown. They're looking to go for two, and juking and jiving is Red Nunn. He gets in there. 2-point conversion is good. Peoria Manual takes a 14-0 lead with 11:18 remaining in the second. Temperature dropping a little bit here as the evening grows on. It's a light breeze blowing towards the west here at McKinley Field.
Yeah, Trey.
Jason Liggett alongside Urbana High School senior Hugo Besserell. And Hugo, you experienced your first volleyball game at Urbana High School last night.
Yeah, I did, and it was really intense, and I really enjoyed the experience.
Tigers played a very tough normal community team, but back and forth action. The Tigers did fall 25-15, 25-21 in 2 sets.
Yep, that second set was really something to watch.
It was. The Urbana High School volleyball team going to be back in action this coming Tuesday, October 22nd at Oscar Adams Gymnasium. It's senior night for volleyball this coming Tuesday, so we hope you all can make it out for that. We'll see if Tigers offense can come alive here. They dish this one off to the near side. They're going to gain some yards. Will it be enough for a first down? It is, and a couple more. Running that one is number 25 for the Tigers, Patrick Jordan.
First out of bounds by 9, David Farrell.
So the junior running back moving the chains for the Tigers.
Gain of 14 on the play. First down, Tigers.
That's a first down after a 14-yard run from Patrick Jordan. Rogers keeps that one. He's running up on the far side. He gets the first down. He's still going all the way up past the 25-yard line. Big time run from Rogers.
Brought down the play by 10 from the right. Gain of 25 on the play. First down, Tigers.
So a 25-yard run for Elijah Rogers. Gets the ball up to the 24-yard line, some of the best field position that Urbana has had so far in this first half as they trail by 14, trying to get in the end zone and get some points on the board. And when you're this deep into the field already, just on a couple of plays, very important for the Tigers to score here. Trying to get something going again is Patrick Jordan. He's brought down around the line of scrimmage. So a lot of horizontal running there, but nothing going vertical.
No gain on the play.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 24. 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tigers looking for the end zone for the first time tonight. Rogers keeps that one. He runs on the far side. He's going to pick up the first down. He's at the 10 and runs out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Quarterback keeper run out of bounds by 5, Devin Owens. First down, Tigers.
So the Tigers running offense finding some success here in the second quarter as they're inside the 10-yard line. Be first and goal from the 8.
Lavoy Young on the carry.
That's Lavoy Young. He gets backed up to the 10-yard line.
Credit the stop to 73, Jeremiah Clemens. Loss of 2 on the play.
Rogers was trying to run there and got caught up there by number 7, Dontavis Brock, and throws the ball, but to no avail. So that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 10. So after Urbana had some success running the ball, back-to-back plays where it didn't work out for them. Peoria Manual's defense holding strong here deep into the territory. Rogers looking for the end zone and cannot find him. That ball just a little bit ahead of him and a little low, and diving to try to come up with that was Rashard Montgomery. But Montgomery does not come up with it. That's going to bring up 4th down. And Montgomery not happy about it. So the Tigers with their best opportunity so far tonight to score, unable to do so. Brings up 4th down, so it's still 4th and goal from the 10. I imagine that Urbana will go for it. They don't have a field goal kicker on the team, or at least not one that's been unveiled at this point of the season. Well, they got to get the end zone on this play. What do you think? They're going to try to run it in, or are you going to try to pass here?
I think they should, or I think they will run it in.
All right. Well, as we saw, they had success for the run at the first part of this drive, but nothing going the last 3 plays. I wouldn't mind seeing that dish out to Webb again, see if Webb can find the end zone. Not too sure if they have quite enough room to run that play, but we'll see what they come up with here. Coach Ordell Walker and the Tigers. There's the dish out to Webb, the play that I was just referencing. Throws it back and not going to go for the Tigers. So they dished that out to Webb, and Webb found Elijah Rogers, but Rogers not deep enough down the field and does not work out. So turnover on downs there, and taking over at the 9-yard line will be Peoria Manual.
Oh, we were so close.
Well, Coach Walker and I was thinking the same thing, but unfortunately didn't work out in our favor. So 8:22 left to play here in the first half. Peoria Manual takes over on downs. Ball at the 8-yard line, and they're up 14-0. If Tigers can hold firm, they'll get another chance to score here with some good field position. Trying to run that ball is Peoria Manual. Gain of maybe 1, brings it up to the 9-yard line.
21, A.D. Franklin on the carry. Brought down on the play by 54, Brendan Davey.
Brendan Davey on the tackle there for Urbana. Davey, a sophomore at Urbana High School. Looks like we have a player down for Peoria Manual, down on one knee, so hopefully he'll recover here or be helped to the sideline. We appreciate you tuning in on the Tigers Media Network, whether you're streaming online at urbanapublictelevision.org or watching on YouTube, youtube.com/UPTV6. You can also watch on television, Comcast Xfinity's Channel 6 and 1096, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, and i3 Broadband Channel 6, as we see number 72 for Peoria Manual making his way to the sideline on his own accord. That's Josh Ivory. So both these teams' colors orange and black. Obviously, since Tigers are at home, they're sporting the orange tops and black pants, whereas Peoria Manual in the white jerseys. And Manual running it right up the middle, and going to be a
21, A.D. Franklin.
looks
on
like
the carry.
a gain of 5 or 6 there.
Brought down the play by 15, Sean Lofton.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 for Manuel from the 15.
So a little bit later arriving crowd here at McKinley Field tonight. See 2019 UHS graduate Miller Calhoun in the house. And ball escaped there, but it was after
21, Franklin on the carry.
Peoria Manual was already brought down. That's Franklin on the carry.
First and 10 for Manuel for the 19.
6:48 left to play in there here in the first half. They dish that off to number 21. Once again, it's A.D. Franklin. And Franklin runs it up for the first down, makes his way all the way to the 41-yard line. Franklin's been a force to be reckoned with here for the Rams.
Gain of 22 on the play. First and 10 for Manuel from the 41.
Flag on the play as Peoria Manual runs it up the near sideline. That's number 2, Joseph Franklin, for the Rams. We'll see what the flag's all about here.
Holding offense remains first down.
And that'll be holding on the Rams. It'll be 1st and 16. And Peoria is going to pick up the first down there, and then some. They're brought out on the far sideline around the 55-yard line. Excuse me. 45-yard line.
Run out of bounds by 3, LeBoy Young. Gain of 20 on the play. First and 10 for Manuel from the 45.
So Manuel picks up 20 on that play. Is that a grunt because of the cold or a grunt because of the play?
Because of the play, oh man, I'm not a really big fan of football, but I'm not a big fan of losing, especially on senior nights.
Gotcha. I'm sure you're not the only one.
Stopped on a play by 44, Juan Baez-Davy.
There's the handoff for the Rams. And it's going to be close. Looks like they're just shy of the first down. Bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Joe.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Come on, Halftime, please.
3rd and 2nd from the 37. They hand this one off. No, it's a quarterback keeper. Fake handoff, and they get some and then some more. They're going to be brought down all the way at the 12-yard line. That's a big-time run from Red Nun.
Brought down the play by 4, Brennis Turner. And 25 on the play.
Turner on the tackle there. Gain of 25. They get the ball all the way down to the 12. So everything going the way of Peoria Manual so far in this first half. They're up 14-0, looking to get into the end zone for the 3rd time this evening. 3:50 remaining here in the first half of action. It's senior night at McKinley Field. Jason Liggett, Hugo Besserell, Tigers Media Network. Plenty of time to do whatever he wants with the ball back there. There come the Tigers. Oh, a fumble! But it looks like he fell right on top of that.
11, Red Nun on the quarterback keeper.
He had all day back there to look for an open receiver. Luckily, the Tigers secondary doing a nice job recovering. Nunn does get 4 yards out of the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6. Ball's on the 8-yard line. Peoria Manual muscling their way down there. That's A.D. Franklin on the carry. They're going to mark that one. It's inside the 5. They're going to mark it on the 3-yard line.
There's the last tackle, the 30, Kalen Webb.
So 3rd and 1. Manual looking for the end zone. They hand this one off and running it up the middle. Looks like that's going to be either down at the line of scrimmage or a loss of 1 here. We'll see where they mark that. It will bring up the 4th down. So Tigers defense comes up big right there.
4th down for Manual.
So 4th down right here, and what a huge stop this would be if Urbana could get this stop on the goal line. Sometimes it's just one big play on the defense that opens your offense up, or vice versa. So we'll see what the defense can do here for the Tigers. Look like a timeout called by Peoria Manual.
I think they're going to try and come up with a... Oh, man.
I imagine they're going to come up with some way to get into the end zone here to wrap up a terrific first half of action for Peoria Manual. Coach Gene Cagle over there drawing something up for the Rams. 4th and 1 from the 3-yard line. They're got their eyes focused towards the end zone. And there's the snap. They hand this off to A.D. Franklin. He's been getting it done all night. He gets in the end zone. They signal touchdown. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what the ruling is on the field. Holding against the offense.
Senior band parents to please report to the gate on the track and the concession stand, please. Senior band parents, please report to the gate on the track.
So that call going in favor of the Tigers. Going to bring up 4th and 13 now from the 16-yard line. So that's big. There is a huge difference from being down 3 scores and going into halftime and being down just 2 scores and going into halftime. Seems a lot more manageable to get 2 scores into the end zone in the second half if you're Urbana. Hopefully they can hold them off here again. They're looking for the end zone. Tigers secondary all over that coverage. So turnover on downs there for Peoria Manual. Tigers defense hangs tough there. Well, with 1:18 left, not a whole lot of time to do anything offensively, but if you're Coach Walker, what do you think he might be thinking here, Hugo?
I honestly don't have no idea. Right now we are in a tough position.
I think I'd try to get a couple plays off, see where you're at, and if anything's going, air one out there. Last play of the half, and just don't give up the interception too close to the touchdown, too close to the end zone. But if you give yourself a little bit of room here, it certainly would be nice to get in the end zone, but time's going to be a factor. Urbana does have all 3 timeouts left, 1:17 to play. And here they come. The Tigers march it out to the 19-yard line. Clock continues to roll here. Urbana needs to hustle up, get a play off, and maybe they can get a couple playoffs here. They don't seem in any particular hurry with under a minute to play here in the first half. Ball just on the 19-yard line, so they would have a ways to go. I think you want to hustle. I know Urbana's not a passing team by any means, but you might want to think about it here. See if they dish this off to Webb. They do not. It's a quarterback keeper up the middle of the field. And at the 23-yard line, and if you were trying to get something going, you would call a timeout here. But Coach Ordell Walker decides not to call a timeout, and Tigers will head to halftime trailing by 14. So Peoria Manual came out, scored their first touchdown within the first 2 minutes of the ball game. They score a second touchdown here in the second quarter and threaten to score a third, quite frankly. So not the score we want to take in halftime, but definitely manageable, and you're able to come back in the second half. What do you think Coach Ordell Walker is telling his team in the locker room at halftime, Hugo?
Well, to keep their heads up and to keep on trying to get as close as they can to the end zone, because we really need those points or it's going to be tough.
Absolutely. It's do or die time here. It's senior night for the Tigers. We're headed to halftime. Urbana trails 14-0 to Peoria Manual. We'll be back with second half action here on the Tigers Media Network. And welcome back to the second half of senior night here at McKinley Field. Jason Liggett alongside Hugo Besserell.
56, Quan Watkins.
It's your Urbana Tigers trailing the Peoria Manual Rams 14-0, and the Rams are kicking off here to start the second half. Tigers back to receive, and they pick it up at the 35-yard line.
Missouri Barber.
So Tigers will start the second half. Ball on the 35. See if they can get something going offensively. They struggled in the first half. Elijah Rogers dishes back off to Kalen Webb, and Webb is brought down.
30, Kalen Webb on the carry.
Gain of 1 there.
Played by 21, 80 Franklin.
So ball's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line. For more information on Urbana High School athletics, you can visit their website, il.8to18.com/Urbana. Also follow them on Twitter at AthleticsUrbana. Eight on the play clock here, 11:18 to play in the third quarter, and Tigers are brought down just as soon as they hand that ball off. Not what they were looking for there.
Elijah Rogers on quarterback keeper.
Rogers faked the handoff, kept it himself, and brought down for a loss of 1. So ball's back at the 35. Hugo, did you venture down to the concession stand or just the concession area during halftime?
Yeah, I had a couple of friends down there, so I was just talking to them, and then yeah, I was just down there, over there, talking to my friends. Got something to drink. That's all I did.
Had they been taking in the first half of football or just kind of hanging out?
Who?
Your friends.
Oh, yeah, they're just hanging out over here. Most of them are from soccer players, but some of them are just casual friends I have.
73, Jeremiah Clemens.
And when is your guys' next soccer game?
Next week on Tuesday, I want to say.
Okay, so just around the corner here.
Yeah.
You have practice over the weekend or no?
Usually we don't, but since it's a really important game, we're probably going to have practice on Saturday. Which I don't, because that means I'm going to have to wake up early. Which I don't want to do.
Not a morning person on the weekends, huh?
Never.
Punt rolls out of bounds at the 38.
So the Tigers punt that one, 3 and out, and ends up on the 38-yard line for the Rams. So the Rams look to add to their lead. They're up 14-0. And they hand that off, a familiar play right there, handing that off to number 21, A.D. Franklin. Franklin with a gain of 4.
21, A.D. Franklin on the carry. Brought down the play by 72, Drayden Shelton. Gain of 4 on the play.
Nine minutes left to play here in the third. The Rams hand that off, and looks like they just get that back at the line of scrimmage. A.D. Franklin on the run.
Credit the stop to 11, Rashard Montgomery.
Montgomery with the stop for the Tigers. So we saw the senior band members honored at halftime here of senior night, the Tiger Marching Band. The Rams airing this one out deep down the field, and a flag going to be thrown. Looks like pass interference to me. That was Lavoy Young out there in the secondary, and he's trying to plead his case to the ref, but no avail. A couple of flags on the play. We'll get the official word here. And it is personal foul against the Tigers, pass interference.
Pass interference, defense, first down.
So pass interference against the Tigers. Ball going to be spotted at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams. 8:11 remaining here in the third. Peoria Manual up by 14. There's the handoff to A.D. Franklin. A.D. Franklin right up the middle and gets it out to the 36-yard line.
Franklin on the carry. Brought down the play by 3, the boy Young.
Hey.
Do you have some shout-outs that you need to deliver on, Hugo? You got a fan club here?
Those are the senior captains, or part of the senior captains with me.
And the senior captains are, for those who aren't familiar?
We have 9, but our main 2 are Miguel and Yvonne. Miguel Lemus and Yvonne Minya. But the ones that just came up here is Jesus de la Cruz and Jonathan Gutierrez. They're funny people.
Well, they made the effort to come up here and yell at you, so I figure you better mention their names on the air.
Yeah. They're a little mad because I didn't show up to the pizza party.
Oh, there was a pizza party tonight?
Yeah. One of the juniors decided, one of the juniors' parents decided to throw a party for the juniors and seniors.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Beat second down.
What happened?
Flag on the play. Going to be, see if they call that against the Tigers or
False start.
it is a false start against Peoria Manual. So a 5-yard penalty will bring up 2nd and 18 from the 48-yard line. And going to be a quarterback keeper as there was no option. He's going to pick up the first down and then some running out of bounds. He gets the first down, and that is Red Nunn. Turns on the motor and puts his wheels to use. He picks up the first down for the Rams, and they continue to move the ball here tonight. Yeah, Nunn was looking for a receiver there, couldn't find one, so he turned into a run game, but unable to do anything with that. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 32. They hand it off to A.D. Franklin. A.D. Franklin plowing through some Urbana defenders and gets the first down all the way up to the 19-yard line. quite a few whistles after the play there, but A.D. Franklin gets it done again for Peoria Manual.
Trey Bailey on the carry. Brought down the last play by 54, Brendan Davey.
Nunn looking for the end zone, and good defense there from the Tigers, able to bat that one away.
Red Nuts pass incomplete. Pass knocked down by 6, Octavius Kelly.
A touchdown saving play there made by Dontavius Kelly for Urbana. Manuel dishes this one off, and trying to get through the Urbana defense is Joseph Franklin.
On the carry.
That's going to bring up 4th and 2 here for Peoria Manual. Ball's on the 12, so they will certainly go for it here. Deep into Tiger territory.
I think somebody got injured. Number 25?
For Urbana, that's Patrick Jordan. So, yeah, he's limping there on the sidelines. He did get off the field quickly, so that's usually a good sign. And Nunn was in some trouble. Urbana almost intercepts that one, but it was 4th down, so that'll be a turnover on downs. It will be Urbana football.
What if we intercept it? What happens then?
Well, if you intercept it, you're able to run all the way back for a touchdown right away unless Peoria can tackle you.
Okay.
If you do get tackled, wherever you get tackled, you'll take over on down, so you'll be on offense.
What? We had like a couple of chances to intercept.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's easier said than done.
Well,
it's a lot easier to look at it from up here and say, oh, yeah, they can intercept it than actually do it on the field.
Well, he just slapped it. I would have. I don't know. I'm not much of a goalie.
But in that situation, that's 4th down anyway, so Urbana's going to get the ball right here anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nothing going there on the ground game for Rogers and the Tigers.
Brought down the play by 3, Trey Bailey.
Is he injured?
Looks like someone for Urbana is down. Can't quite.
I think that's number
79, right?
79 or 78? Yeah, 79. He was holding onto his stomach. Or
Looks like Khaled Masai for Urbana. Trainer out there as well as his assistant coach, so we hope it's a case where he's just a little shooken up from time to time. That'll happen. They'll make their way over to the sideline and be back in the next time around. So he's on his own feet right here and jogging off the play. Looks like he might be holding his elbow a little bit. holding that left arm, so we hope everything's okay. 3:21 left here in the third quarter. The Tigers trail by 14.
Timeout, Urbana.
So Coach Walker calls the timeout here to talk things over. We'll see perhaps drawing up some offensive plays here for this drive. Urbana certainly not out of this thing, just down 2 scores, but they haven't had much going for them offensively. They got down to the 8-yard line during the first half, but unable to get the ball into the end zone. They had a turnover on downs at the 10 during that series. So ball on the 12-yard line here. 2nd and 10 for Urbana. And Rogers hands that one off. But again, the Tigers brought down around the line of scrimmage. That was Lavoy Young on the carry. Rogers looked to toss that one. They'll call that a fumble there as Urbana recovers it and runs it up about 3 or 4 yards. That's Caleb Webb on the play. We'll bring up 4th and 5, so the Tigers going to punt here. And back to punt is Elijah Rogers. He kicks this to the near side. Friendly roll for the Tigers. And it gets out to the 49-yard line. And picking that up is number 54, Brendan Davey for Urbana. So Manual with some pretty good field position after a strong defensive showing there. Here in the third quarter, they're going to get the ball at the 49-yard line with 1:28 remaining. They're up by 14. A.D. Franklin on the run. He gets near the first down there. He marches that one out to the 40-yard line.
Brought down the play by 4, Prentice Turner.
But I tell you what, for a team with no wins on the season, this Peoria Manual team has some talent. We've seen it, and you mentioned this in the first half. Really, their quarterback in Red Nunn, as well as number 21, A.D. Franklin, has just been running it right down the Tigers' throats this evening, hasn't he, Hugo?
Yep. And I like I said, he's really talented, or at least for me, what I've seen from him right now or from today, he had a lot of opportunities to just run it through our defense.
There's
that
another
throw,
opportunity there, and
That
oh
throw.
my, what a pass.
Was that from their quarterback?
That is from Red Nunn, and he reaches butt right deep down the field.
Man.
And Butt's had a couple of good catches, and he scored the last touchdown for Peoria Manual, and now they're threatening the end zone once again. Ball's going to be marked at the 2-yard line. Urbana defender is down on the play, but 33 seconds left here in the third quarter. Peoria Manual up 14-0 over the Tigers and looking for the end zone once again.
I wonder who got injured now. Who's that? I can't see.
Hard to tell. Backling on the ground there. We hope everything will be okay, but a couple of coaches out there as well as the athletic trainer. 3 of the referees nearby as they huddle around the football out there. Didn't quite see what happened. I'm not sure if he was one of the people who tackled the receiver there, or maybe his arm got caught up or landed on his head. I'm not too sure. Hopefully everything will be okay. Credit to Peoria Manual here. They have come out strong at McKinley Field on the road for them. Starting to spoil the Tigers' senior night here.
Mm-hmm. And this is something we don't want today.
Or any day for that matter, right?
Yeah. Losing, but
yeah.
For our team, Tigers, they haven't really had the best of seasons.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. The Tigers searching for their second win of the season, and this certainly seemed like a winnable game coming in, as opposed to some of the other tougher competition that we've seen this season. They have not won 2 games in a season since 2013. Their first win of this season came on the road at Centennial, 22-12. That was Coach Ordell Walker's first road win. The Tigers' first overall win since the 2017 season, as they were winless last season. So
that hurts.
Yeah, and that's Elijah Rogers who is down, who is a key player for Urbana. We've seen him go down a couple of times.
Seems like he's sad or something. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be in his shoes right now.
Yeah, so Rogers is the Urbana Tigers quarterback, as well as their safety, as well as their kicker. So he's had a couple injuries where he's been taken out of games, and it really puts a damper on the Tigers just because he's so effective in every position that he plays. Peoria Manual gets into the end zone for their 3rd touchdown of the night. So they're up 20-0. And I imagine that they'll go for the 2-point conversion here.
Yep. And I heard that Elijah was also one of their best players, or one of the 3 captains I had to interview for the Echo.
He is, yeah. Elijah is definitely one of their best players, and like I say, a key factor in this. In the past, when Elijah's gone down, Lavoy Young takes over quarterbacking duties.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got one of the big linemen that comes up and handles the kicking duties. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head, but so 2-point conversion, no good there for the Peoria Rams. But they do find themselves with a nice 20-point lead as we start to wrap up the 3rd quarter here at McKinley Field, Senior Night 2019. Jason Liggett along with Urbana High School senior Hugo Besserell. And Hugo, it hasn't warmed up out here, has it?
Nope, it's gotten chillier.
Yeah, temperature continues to fall here on this Friday night, but I tell you what, as cold as it is now, it was nowhere near as cold as it was last week. Last week out here was pretty crummy, and it was if you remember, last week, Homecoming Friday, rainy all day, chilly all day, and then it got real cold at night.
Yep.
So Tigers back to receive here from the Rams. Rams with a little bloop kick up to the 40-yard line. Tigers need to fall on it, and they do. And they do signal that, yes, Urbana fell on it. It will be Urbana ball. And they're going to mark this one at, looks like the 38-yard line. Maybe the 37. So Urbana has their work cut out for them here. We haven't seen too much on the offensive side of things, and really for it seems as the game has worn on, Peoria Rams defense has grown stronger, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's really hard for us to get through it.
So Elijah Rogers is walking on the track here. And Young is playing quarterback for the Tigers and getting banged up on that play. Loss of a couple.
Young on the quarterback keeper.
And just looking at Rogers over there, I can't tell if he's grasping his wrist or his hand or his, definitely on his left arm there, it looks like.
I think it's his wrist. Oh, man.
Urbana would like to thank its corporate sponsor, Jimmy John's. Thank you for your support of Urbana Athletics, Jimmy John.
So timeout called, or no, not timeout. That was the end of the third quarter there. We started looking at Elijah Rogers. I lost track of the game there. So into the third quarter, Peoria Manual up 20-0 over the Urbana Tigers on senior night. And the fourth quarter also marks the return of the band as they're tuning back up, playing some Sweet Caroline. Abram Washington with us, just trying to secure a ride after the game. I thought you were saying something to me about the song the band was playing. I was a little lost there. Urbana running the ball here, and they might have run it up enough for a first down. I think they're just a yard shy here. We'll bring up 3rd and 1. They're going to mark it at the 47-yard line.
At the last carry to 25, Patrick Jordan, again at 9 on the play.
Patrick Jordan on the carry, 9-yard run for Jordan. Young dishes that one off, and as soon as Young got hit, the running back gets hit.
Brought down the play by 9, Day Farrell.
That's Shazarian Barber out there who got clobbered. Tigers looks to dish that back, and I don't think they ever got possession of it. We'll see where they mark this ball. And looks like, unfortunately, that's going to be a loss for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think Elijah's out for the game. He's taking off his gear.
Ball was out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Oh, man, this sucks.
It does look to be the case there as the athletic trainer tending to Rogers, but looks like he might be done for senior night. Well, certainly not the way you want to end your high school career. Hopefully he's able to play next week on the road as the Tigers last home game tonight, but they'll be back next week on the road as they travel to Normal to play Normal West.
They have a good season?
Not entirely sure of Normal West's record, but
4, Prentice Turner. Gain of 7 on the play.
I know it's better than the Tigers. Gain of 7 from Peoria right there.
They really want to come up here.
Oh, they want to come up here?
Yeah.
You can invite. It's fine if they come up here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't care if they come up here.
Okay.
The Hugo Besserell fan club about to make its first appearance here on the Tigers Media Network.
Jesus. De la Cruz. De la Cruz. No.
Man.
You might want to, I'll man the camera here for a second. You might want to take the headset off and go up there and open the door just to let everyone know what they're doing in the press box and where they're going.
Okay.
Red Nuts pass complete to 5, Devin Owens.
So 9:08 left to play here in the fourth. Peoria Manual, it's been all them tonight as they're up 20-0. Oh, and escaping that one is Nunn. He throws it into the end zone for the fourth touchdown of the evening for Peoria Manual, and now it's a 26-0 game.
To 9, Day Farrell, 10-yard completion.
He tosses that one to Day Farrell. That's Day's first touchdown of the evening. And they're going for 2. There is a flag on the play. So 2-point conversion was no good. I imagine that might be offensive pass interference.
Pass interference, defense. Half the distance to the goal line, repeat the try.
So that will be pass interference against the Tigers, and half the distance to the goal line. I'll put it at a yard and a half here as the Rams go for 2 after the touchdown. They dish that off, and diving right in there is Joseph Franklin. There is another flag on the play. Looks to see who this one goes against.
Block in the back on the offense. The try is no good. Repeat the try.
All right, so the 2-point conversion continues to take up some time here. Block in the back on Peoria Manual, so they're trying again for this 2-point conversion. They drop back. They're going to air this one out, looking for 2, and nothing going for the Rams. So they do get the touchdown, but not the 2-point conversion, and it's a 26-0 ball game now. Midway through the fourth quarter, 8:47 left to play here at McKinley Field. Jason Liggett with you on the Tigers Media Network. So the Rams set to kick off here. And another flag thrown over there. That one was late, so there might have been some extracurricular activity after the play. We'll see where Urbana will get this ball at. And that is going to go against Peoria Manual. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Peoria Manual Rams. The Tigers are going to start off this drive on the 43-yard line. And late in this game, down by 4 scores, I don't think Urbana's going to be able to win this one. But as far as a moral victory, here we got some yardage there from the Tigers. He almost ran away with that one. I was almost trying to discredit the Tigers, and Patrick Jordan coming up big there for Urbana. So if you're Coach Ordell Walker right now and you're the Urbana Tigers football team, what are you looking to do in the remaining 8:39 left here, Hugo?
Well, try to prevent any of my players getting injured, because apparently right now I saw one of them limping. But besides that, I think we should just give it off to the... Oh man, he is actually injured.
Well, so Manuel takes a timeout here, but yeah, Patrick Jordan is limping, and he's the same one you saw limping on the sideline earlier that you spotted.
Yep, and he's going
That's
down.
Patrick again.
He's going down.
But that was a big run there from Patrick Jordan as Urbana picked up the first down and then some.
Man, this really sucks. A lot of players are getting injured.
I tell you what, the Tiger Marching Band is loving Sweet Caroline tonight. This is like the third time out that they've busted this thing out.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yep.
So, Hugo, you brought some friends up here. Tell me who we have here.
Well, we have Jonathan Gutierrez. He's a senior at Urbana High School, and he's really big, and he's a really funny guy.
All right.
Honest. And then we have De La Cruz, or Jesus De La Cruz. He is also a really funny guy, but he does a little too much sometimes. Like, he's always yelling. He's always, like, being motivational. A little too much.
A little over the top?
Yeah.
All right.
And then we have that dude right there. No, we have my other friend, Johnny Lujano. He's a really awesome dude, too.
30, Kalen Webb on the carry.
And Jesus De La Cruz is on the soccer team, right?
Yeah.
Are the other two on soccer?
Yeah. He was supposed to be on the soccer team, or Johnny was supposed to be on the soccer team, but he got injured before the season started. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But both of them are on the soccer team. They're really good. Well, like I said, they're too cringy for me. Oh, yeah.
Lavoy Young looking to air this one out, looking for the end zone. It's intercepted by Peoria Manual. And back to receive for the Tigers. Can't quite make out that number, but he is not happy about it.
Not at all.
And just underthrown there from Lavoy Young. As we stated, he's not the starting quarterback for the Tigers, but always comes out here and gives a good effort. He's the starting running back. But Peoria Manual gets the interception there, and they're going to have the ball at the 20-yard line and try to add to their lead here. They're up 26-0.
Yeah, he's not happy. Wait, is that number 11? He threw his helmet down.
Yeah, that's Rashard Montgomery there. And rightfully, I understand the frustration. This is a senior night. You're hoping to have a big game, and nothing's really going for you. Somewhat frustrating season this year for the Tigers as well.
When I interviewed them, they said that they wanted to win more games than they did last season. They did, but not a lot. So they're really unhappy right now.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit before we went on the air that, historically, at least in recent history, the Tigers and the Rams not having the most success on the football field, so we thought this one would be a little bit more evenly matched, but it's been pretty one-sided here in favor of the Rams. And they're going to run that one out around the 49-yard line. They do pick up the first down. So ball's going to be marked at the 49.
Oh, yeah, we had a JV tournament today.
All right, so maybe we'll see how they did. Do you know offhand?
No, they just got back from the games.
Okay.
It's a Peoria tournament.
Jonathan.
Right now, carry.
Wait, against PND? They won? What? You serious? Damn.
Those students need rise.
Well, apparently I just heard that they won against PND 0-1 or 1-0.
All right, well, congratulations to the JV team for Urbana High School boys soccer. Victorious tonight over Peoria Notre Dame, 1-0.
Kind of shocking, though, because they're a really good team.
Here's Manuel on the run,
Justin Franklin on the carry.
moving the chains once again as they pick up the first down. 6:10 remaining here in the fourth. Manuel's up 26-0 at McKinley Field. Senior night, Jason Liggett, joined by Hugo Besserell for the Tigers Media Network. And flag on the play there. All right, so that's going to be holding against Peoria Manual. So it'll be 1st and 17 from the 41-yard line. As clock running here, 5:36 remaining in this one. Peoria Manual searching for their first victory of the year. They're 0-7 entering tonight overall, 0-6 in the conference, as the Tigers are 1-6 entering tonight, 1-5 in the conference. Urbana is headed on the road to play Normal West next week. Manual will be back in town just across Rice Street. They're going to be playing Champaign Central.
21 AD.
Although I guess they won't be in town. They'll be playing Champaign Central, but they'll be hosting in Peoria. So Manual's back at home to end the season against Central. This will be our final broadcast of the Urbana High School football team for 2019. It's our fourth home game that we broadcast, and unfortunately their only win came on the road, but certainly a memory that many of these young men will remember for years to come as they defeated crosstown rival Champaign Centennial 22-12 a few weeks ago over in Champaign, and got to bring the Wright Street Trophy back to Urbana. And even as they were honored before the game here tonight, they mentioned some of their favorite memories on the football team, and several of their favorite memories noted the win against Champaign Centennial earlier this season. And running the ball for Peoria Notre Dame is number 2, Joseph Franklin. Franklin picks up the first down. He gets inside the 20. And do you have a game like that over your high school career during soccer, Hugo, that you think you'll remember stands out as a key victory for you guys?
Yeah. Yes. I want to
You say that, but not too confidently. What game are you thinking of, or are there a few?
A few, but during my sophomore year, during the JV tournament, we had a lot of opportunities, and we beat Central twice, the JV Central twice, and that was really exciting because we played them away as a JV team, and they made fun of us because we lost really badly to them, and that really got me fired up.
So you guys got some revenge there.
Some sweet, sweet revenge. We beat them twice. So.
Well, it's always nice to beat a team that beat you previously, and probably even a little bit nicer the fact that it's Central.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly it's the same community, Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah, our seniors beat them so badly too. They beat them, I think, 5-2 or 5-0.
You're really rubbing it in here, aren't you, Hugo?
Yeah, because I don't like Central. I don't like their soccer team.
Just over 2 minutes left to play in this one. Peoria Manual is going to get their first win of the season as they lead 26-0, trying to find the end zone for the 5th time tonight. They're brought out of bounds, but inside the 5. Looks like they're going to mark that at the 4-yard line. So Manual trying to end this game on another score. And Red Nunn looks like he might have gotten into the end zone. No, just to the 1-yard line. So quarterback keeper gets it to the 1. Well, and with 1:10 left to play here as the clock clicks down, Peoria Manual might very well end this game in the end zone if they're able to score on this next play. 2nd and 1 for the Rams. Just 45 seconds to play as the ball is snapped, and diving into the... Did they not get into the end zone? I thought that they did.
Yeah, they did.
Touchdown to Joseph Franklin.
It is a touchdown, yeah. I thought for sure that was in the end zone, but I didn't see any of the refs throw up their arms, and that's why I was a little confused. Maybe they just figured it's so late in the game what difference does it make? But Manual scores for the 5th time tonight. It's a 32-0 ball game as they are looking to shut out the Tigers on senior night and ruin our fun.
Yep. Man. Really frustrating. Even for somebody that's watching like me. It's really frustrating seeing your team lose.
And Manuel runs it in. The 2-point conversion is good. And that's a big boy running it in there. Who's number 70 for Peoria Manual?
70, Jesse Harris.
That's Jesse Harris.
They're just rubbing salt in the wound now.
Harris is built like the fridge out there. He got into the end zone. So 34-0. So 41 seconds remaining in this one. The Tigers are going to fall to 1-7 on the season, 1-6 in the conference. And congratulations to the visiting Peoria Rams as they get their first victory of the season. They're going to improve to 1-7 overall, 1-6 in the conference. Tigers will be back in action on the road next week, as we mentioned, over at Normal West. So they'll have their work cut out for them to end this season on the road. Peoria Manual will be hosting Champaign Central Maroons. And there's a kick from the Rams. The Tigers look to receive, and that they do, running it out to the 39-yard line. So Tigers are going to get another play here to end senior night. We'll see what they draw up. Running that one out was number 4, Prentice Turner, for Ordell Walker's Tigers. And keeping this one is Young. Young's running to the near side, and he steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So now 28 seconds remaining. Gonna bring up second down here. From the 42. Manual led 14-0 at half and have kind of had their way here in the second half. Running that one out for a first down in the middle of the field. That looked like number 15 rather. Sean Longden, we'll see. I don't think they had that down in the press box either. I was going to wait to see if they announced. It's the first yardage that I can remember from Sean, if that was indeed number 15. Toss this one off to the near side, and running this up the field is Webb. Kalen Webb will bring it down to the about the 34-yard line, but that'll wrap things up for this one as the time expires. So Peoria Manual wins 34-0 on Urbana's senior night. For Hugo Besserell, I'm Jason Liggett. We'll see you next time on the Tigers Media Network.